let's get started. No, okay. At first, wait, not this. I like to like cover like a bunch of topics and talk about them before we get into the game, so we can
Mm.
have somewhat of an understanding how the game works. All right. So let me just open the LOL planner so we can see the map while talking about it. Where's the notes? Let's go. So here, I like to first talk about mental because League of Legends and people just struggle a lot with the mental part. So it doesn't matter if you have really good gameplay when you don't have good mental. So what do you think about the mental in League? How do you like observe good mentality when you play?
I try to
Hmm.
mm, care only about me
Okay.
because what other do, it doesn't really matter too much. I can control even what I do. So, for example, if I have a very good support, fine, better for me. If I have a very bad support, maybe I'm wrong and he's better. And uh, maybe he's bad, or maybe he's better than me and does something that looks bad on my eyes, but
Hmm.
he's correct. Anyway, if I think that he's bad, I'm try to play around that. So, for example, I don't trust his engages or something. If he makes a play, I may decide that it is a bad play.
Okay.
This apply not just to the support, but to pretty much everyone. For
Hmm.
example, I played with Lee Sin that will engage pretty much always. It could be a 1 versus 5, but if he hit the punch thing, he will engage all the time.
Okay,
So I
but
could play around that and maybe let him die or follow up depending
yeah, but
some
when
other
we talk
people.
about it generally, I think like what are the actions you do? Like, do you use chat? Do you ping a lot? Do you like
Yeah,
what are the things you do? Because for me, I think if you
uh,
want to have a good mental, you should never use chat and you should never
uh,
spam ping. And whenever someone pings you, you just mute them. That's how I see it. So what do you think?
Okay, so about ping, yeah, I try to ping, for example, to go back if we are low HP and I have
Mm-hmm.
like 1k gold to spend, and like it's not the time to engage or to push or whatever. I try to ping stuff.
Mm-hmm.
About chat, I rarely use it. There are very few games where
Mm-hmm.
it was useful. For example, in a game I was mid and I had a early ganking jungler that was Xingzao, I think,
Mm-hmm.
and I asked in if he planned to early gang. He said yes, so I decided to freeze, and that was basically one lane in lobby chat. But
Oh,
this
okay.
is kind of exception
Yeah.
because many things can quickly change the plan, and in general, chat is not very useful.
Mm-hmm. So, like, do you struggle with mental in league? Like, let's say that you did, I mean, you made a misplay. Let's say that you were playing Lux and you missed your combo, and your team flamed you. Like, they said you get cancer or something.
I don't care.
Oh, you
I'm
don't
not
care.
that kind
Cool,
of
cool, cool,
people.
cool, 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 cool.
I I don't even need to mute them. If they
Mm-hmm.
write the whole name, I might decide to mute them, but
Mm-hmm.
honestly, I don't care about
Yeah.
what other people write.
Because some people, when you flame them, they play worse. So that's why I like to mention mental. But a good thing that you don't have this part. So yeah, good. Okay. All right, now let's talk about Windows. What do I mean by Windows here? I mean that let's say that you're in bot lane. This is you, Ash, and this is your I don't know your Lulu, and you're playing versus let's say Blitzcrank. Cool. And the
Mm.
Blitzcrank he goes for a Q, and the Q misses. This is what we like to call a window. Now you have an opportunity because what Blitzcrank is on a cooldown. He's on a cooldown, which means now you can punish him because he cannot do anything to you. That's called window recognition. You understand the window you're
Yeah,
having,
yeah.
right?
As locksmith or support,
Mm-hmm.
I'm good about that.
Mm-hmm.
As ADC, yeah, I'm terrible. It's just maybe
Mm-hmm.
I'm just used to play lags and especially mid, but sometimes also support. So I'm good at seeing the when people use their key ability and miss that,
Mm-hmm.
I try to step up, punish them, zone out of the wave, whatever I can do.
Yeah, but that's when you play
Uh,
Lux. But when you play ADC,
yeah, but when I play this DC, I'm too busy at farming and playing the champion because I'm not very familiar with
ah,
Ashe. And
mm-hmm.
and in general, I don't see the windows. I mean, yeah, maybe Blitzcrank failed the Q, but if I step up, maybe the other ADC attack me.
No,
And
but
as looks, it seems kind of easier because it's burst damage. So maybe Blitzcrank failed the Q. I step up, use my E, and it's a good chunk of damage.
mm-hmm.
And then I step back too because I'm on cooldown. As ADC, yeah, maybe I can add one auto attack with, and they step back too. So it's not really working. Also because
Mm-hmm.
if I auto attack, I get the minion aggro. So
No, of
I'm
course you should.
kind of bad at uh,
Okay,
finding windows as ADC.
okay, cool.
In part because minion aggro, and in part because it seems that one out that doesn't do very much.
Okay, this is gonna be explained here in the themes of bot lane. When you understand the themes of bot lane, you're gonna be able to play the lane better. This is like my favorite like thing to talk about. Okay, cool. But I mean, you understand the windows, but when it comes to bot lane, it's kind of difficult because it's a new role to you. But it's alright. Do you know what's tethering? What tethering is?
Just keeping the distance.
Okay,
Uh,
understanding the range. So yeah, understanding
yeah,
it's like you're drawing an imaginary line between you and your opponents and understanding their range. Because so many people they just walk into Caitlyn's range and get bullied. But yeah, you should understand the tethering. Okay, cool. And now like let's move to this part. Themes of bot lane. What do I mean by themes of bot lane? I mean like there are like I think two themes of bot lane. This is like the engaged and the ranged. Cool. So to be more specific, what do you think you should do when you have an engaged support? Let's say that you have a Leona. You have a Leona. Alright? So what are the main things you should be focusing on? There are like two things you should be focusing on.
uh, uh, I think that I should try to be a bit more ahead in position compared to her because I mean not very much.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, I play 1 versus 2, but
Okay.
just a bit
Mm-hmm.
because if she engage, she will automatically step up.
Okay.
Uh, and
So she's
I
here,
don't
like
know.
she goes in, you need to be up. Okay, look. There are like two main points you need to be focusing on. Point one is don't lose HP. Because if you lose HP, you automatically shut down your engaged support. If it's a Pike, if it's a Leona, if it's a Thresh, it doesn't matter. If you lose your HP, your support is just useless. You know why?
Yeah, because and we lose the trade. I mean, she engage and that's it.
Yeah, they
But
go on you and you die.
yeah,
And it's GG. And the second thing is the wave. And this is like insanely important. You have a Leona, your Ashe. If you push the wave and put it under turret here, that
she's not
means
going to be
ex-
able to engage like ever.
exactly. So where do you think the wave should be?
In mid or our side even better because we can run them
Exactly.
down.
So you should be aiming to have the wave in this area, in this square. Like let's say somewhere here. If, and by freezing the wave here, your engaged support will freely kill everyone. They cannot do anything to you. So, whenever you get into the game, this should be your plan. I want the wave to be here. It's fine, like if you push the first wave or something, it's okay. But if you keep pushing, because I see so many AD carries, they just autopilot, push, 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 push.
I think that on this aspect I'm good because
Mm-hmm.
uh, uh, I can manage the wave.
Cool.
Uh,
So if you manage to do this, your support will automatically be just better. Maybe your support does not even understand this. Like your Leona does not know it's good for her to be here, but she's gonna play better because she's gonna observe the opportunities and go in. So this is really
yeah, yeah.
important. Cool. Moving to the next thing is ranged supports. Ranged supports. So how do we play with this?
Okay, so given that I play Lux support sometimes,
Cool.
In general, I try to push for level 2 first,
Cool.
especially slugs. I help with pushing the wave early because, especially if they have a melee
Mm-hmm.
support, we should be able to get level 2 first.
Mm-hmm.
And I try to poke people, but it's kind of hard because most ADC don't really, I don't know, play properly with mages. I mean, if Blitzcrank land a hook, the
Mm-hmm.
ADC immediately all in.
Yeah.
But with mages, it's a bit harder because sometimes I
Uh,
see people that
mm-hmm.
I land a Q route and they just all in, even if it was just a route, not really an all in opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
Or some others like never engage, even in good ones. And
Mm-hmm.
I mean, in general, mages have long cooldowns, but
By
you
range, I
can
don't mean
win.
mages, by the way. I mean like enchanters, mages, like anything that goes under the range, like category. So Karma could be here, Jana could be here. That's what I mean. All right. So you said something about waves, right? Uh,
Yeah, in general,
you need to
oh,
have big waves when you have a poke or a ranged support. So you said you play Lux. So this is you. And let's say I play Caitlyn. I'm this guy. So if we have six minions here, you know, and they have three minions, that means you can walk up and bully them freely. Because whatever happens, you have the wave, you have me, and yourself. So they cannot
yeah,
engage on us because of the wave. So whenever you have a ranged support, you need to focus on having big wave. That's number one. What's number two?
uh, uh, I don't know, control the bush. I
I
usually
mean,
try to hide
yeah,
in the bush.
yeah, bush control is really important, but you need vision. Because naturally, when you have a bigger wave, you're gonna end up under the turret. So you need vision maybe here, here, and here. So you should be focusing and you should be alert about vision because dying, I
Yeah,
mean, you're in a winning position when you push, right? As a Caitlyn Lux or a Karma Israel or anything, when you push, you're in a winning position because you're bullying, you're doing stuff and so on since you have range support. But if you die to the jungler or the enemy Talon or Katarina, you're just, you turn your winning position into losing position, right?
yeah. In general, I try to,
Mm-hmm.
for example, a ward where the uh, bee is, for example, their bush, like early.
Mm-hmm.
No, the right one.
This one? Wait.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah,
this
yeah,
one.
that one. No, no, right.
Right, this one?
The bee,
The
the
B?
red bee.
Oh,
Yes, that one.
oh okay.
Yes, very early in the game, like
Ah, so for the
because we
cheese?
might go for a level to engage or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and uh, I let the ADC ward the river for
Mm-hmm.
I mean for the game start.
Yeah, but
Later,
what does
instead,
this
I
word give
tried
you? I don't get it. Wait. Are you taking like you're
um,
from blue side?
because if we
Wait,
go
are
for
you
a
blue
level
or
to
red?
engage, let's say yeah, we are blue.
Okay, we're blue.
Because if we go for level 2 engage, the
Mm-hmm.
ADC can't attack people in the bush.
No, just
But if
put
the
it in the middle of the fight, no?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because you can because wards have a cooldown I think of 210 seconds, and
Y-
they last 90 seconds. So it's better to just to save the word for later on.
Yeah, and later in general, I try to ward like where the capital crab is,
Yeah, sure.
because the near bush it's usually kind of wasted.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah,
useless.
you see the jungler coming, but it's just too late
Exactly,
to be
exactly.
useful.
Exactly. Okay. And let me ask you this. Why do you think I started with understanding your support and, understanding the matchup? Why do you think this? Why am I focusing on the support now?
I guess that's it's because it's the support that enable the ADC to do something.
Exactly, exactly. Because supports, they control the lane. They enable you later on. So you need to enable them in the early. Alright? Okay, cool. So we understand all of these things now. Good. Let's now talk about the strong side and weak side. What do you think about this?
I guess that it depends on the matchup and
Mm-hmm.
the game state. For example, uh, I mean, for example, if I push into enemy
Mm-hmm.
and I have no vision because, for example, the freeze is broken for whatever reason and the waves start to pushing,
Mm-hmm.
and I have the ward on cooldown, I think that I'm in a pretty weak position.
Mm-hmm.
So I try to push as fast as possible to crush the wave and step back and make it reset or bounce back, whatever, one of the two, because I don't want to stay in that bad position for long.
No, but you still did not answer the question. What is a strong side?
Uh, if we have a good vision or
No,
I don't know, minion advantage
no, no.
or
The strong
level
side,
advantage.
being a strong side, when your team's attention is at you, when your jungler is pathing towards you. Let's say that your jungler is like here. That means
Also,
you're strong sided. You can go for risky plays because you have the backup of the jungler. But let's say that your jungler is here. That means you're weak sided. The jungler is
okay, okay,
the jungler's attention is on the top side. So you should understand this really well because the thing is when your jungler is pathing like against your lane, that means you have zero help. You're by yourself. You should have that in mind. And there is a 50-50 chance, especially at the beginning of the game, there is a 50-50 chance that their jungler could be coming bot or could be going top. So if your jungler is going top, that means you are, you know, you're not on a
yeah,
2v2, you're
but
on 2v2 and
y-
possibly 2v3.
I mean, but usually
Mm-hmm.
junglers start on the bot side uh, for better leash or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and they pass into top, so they will fight mid top or
Mm-hmm.
whatever, and uh, basically repeat the same clearing for the whole game. Because if they start bot side and try to gank, yeah, it might work, but
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of risky
Exactly.
because if the other jungler is smart, he will steal the whole top quadrant, I
Yeah.
guess, and he will lose a lot of time
Mm-hmm.
if it doesn't work. And early game, especially, you usually lack the damage to, and people have flash whatever, so it's
Mm-hmm.
hard to get a kill that's early.
Totally agree. But the thing is, sometimes, let's say that you're versus a Hikarim. He goes this, 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 and he goes bot lane. He gets a double kill. It doesn't matter if he loses all of this. It doesn't. It really doesn't matter because he now has 700 gold, the 400 gold of the first blood and the 300 more. So now
Mm.
he's unstoppable. He can snowball the game. And let's say that your Graves, he only took red buff. Now he has this and this, so he didn't lose anything literally.
If he
Mhm.
decides to steal the top quadrant, because he might not even do that.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm.
He might be like autopiloting or something. So yeah, this concept is really important to understand whether you're strong-sided or weak-sided because let's assume that your Graves, he kept ganking top lane and he fed your Jace. Okay, now your Jace is fed. That means if the enemy Hikarim, he did not go top, all right, or mid. That means, or he can't go top and he can't go mid. That means he has to focus on bot lane so he can compensate. If you understand, wait, I'm weak-sided. Cool. My team is winning. I don't need to do anything. My
Yep,
only
yep.
mission here is to not die. It's fine if I give minions. It's fine if I give turret. It's okay. Just do not die. Because if you die, that means you're ruining the work of the jungler, the work of the top laner, the work of the mid laner. Because
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
dying bot lane. And vice versa. When you're strong sided, your team has to play defensive. Playing the weak side means you have to give up things to survive so you don't ruin the other plays. Does that make sense?
yep.
Cool, cool. Alright. Now we finished with this. Alright, let's move now to mid game. What do you think you should be doing in mid game?
In general, both when I play Lux mid or ADC, I try to be around mid,
Mm-hmm.
because in part, pretty much everyone is there, and because it's near to pretty much every objective. But in general, I try to play mid bot if next objective is Drake, or
Mm-hmm.
mid top if next objective is Herald or Baron.
Okay, cool.
And I try to push a side lane
Mm-hmm.
and go back mid. Like if it's on, for example, if I recall, I check which lane is most pushed into us, where nobody is going,
Mm-hmm.
and they go there. Push it up to where it's safe,
Mm-hmm.
so it might be like center of the map,
Mm-hmm.
probably, or maybe a bit more if there is vision or jungler invading or whatever,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and then go mid and look if there
That's
is
really
some
good though.
fight.
That's really smart and it's really good. But let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. Why do you think you go mid lane? Why?
In general, because ADC and also Lux are
Uh-huh.
not champs that can walk alone on the map or get kills alone. I mean,
Okay.
there are
That's a reason.
the exceptions like where you go 10-0, but
Mm-hmm.
usually Lux full combo is about half HP,
Mm-hmm.
or and same goes for ADC. It's hard to get kills alone, so uh, it it just work good.
Okay.
uh, they have a good synergy. And another thing that, I mean, especially as mid lane Lux, I
Mm-hmm.
really play to keep the mid tower, the T1 mid tower alive,
Mm-hmm.
because my teammates might be not a reliable frontline, but
Mm-hmm.
the tower is. And if I keep the mid tower alive, it's pretty hard to die for me.
Yeah, I agree. And what you're saying is actually so right and it's so correct. But there is something you're forgetting. When you move mid lane, you're enabling your support to play around the entire map. Look, when you're bot lane and you need your support to protect you, that means you're locking him in this area of the map. Maybe he can path here a little bit, and go back. But if you play mid, that means he can play around the entire map. He can be anywhere. Okay, so ideally, what you should be looking for is you push the wave, and then, you know how often waves spawn.
I'm sorry.
Do you know like the timer of waves when they spawn?
Uh, I know that every once a while they
Every
spawn.
30
Uh,
seconds, basically.
okay, so
Cool.
I know that early game there is a normal cannon, and later, but I don't know the timer. It becomes
Yeah,
all
it's
cannon.
a normal cannon. You're right. Okay, so basically, when you push the wave, when wave arrives and you push it, you have some time to move. Okay, and I see so many AD carries. They push wave, they stand in lane, and this is like so wrong. You push the wave, then you can maybe put wards with your support. Maybe you can roam top lane with your support or by yourself, or you can like hover top. You can hover bot and maybe put wards with your support, or like go for an invade with the support and the jungler. So basically, by being mid, and look, when we talk about ADC, it should be like ADC and support. That's the role. You are two people playing for one reason. You play for each other. Cool.
Mm.
So when you're here in mid lane, you're allowing your Thresh to move and ward so you can follow him after pushing. You're allowing your, I don't know, Bard to roam top lane and you can follow him with your Caitlyn ulti and so on. So being in mid lane, if I'm gonna wrap it up, you wanna push the wave, then hover. See top lane, if something is happening, move. If nothing is happening, go back. Okay, hover. It's either top or bot, or you can like do both, but sometimes you're gonna lose waves. All right, so you can hover, you can
Yeah.
follow if they need you. But if you just stay mid lane, you're doing zero impact.
Another thing that I
Mm-hmm.
try to do,
Mm-hmm.
mostly as Lux, is, for example, if the ADC comes in mid, I use that opportunity. I mean, I see if there is some opportunity to get a kill,
Mm-hmm.
but otherwise I might, for example, recall, buy stuff, go bot, push a wave, and go back in mid. And now we can again look for a play, or now they recall and buy stuff while I defend.
Mm-hmm.
And we alternate like that. I mean, at least in theory, because sometimes it doesn't go like that for
Yeah, I
whatever
mean,
reason.
mm-hmm.
But that's my plan.
Yeah, and that's really good because okay. When you push bot, I mean, because you're a mid laner, you have to push bot. Then you start to rotate and look for plays, right? So that's exactly what I'm talking about, but in mid lane. because as an ADC you have to be mid, and basically the laning phase just did not end. It's just you're like these four, they're just in mid lane, so you need to impact the map more and more. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so that's basically like mid game. Now let's talk about team fights. Now, like, okay, you finish laning. Now you're in mid game. Now a team fight happened. What an ADC should be thinking about when it comes to mid fights? I mean, team fights. What do you think?
Okay, so from what I read online,
Okay,
the ADC should just focus whatever is nearest to him.
okay. What's called
Uh,
front to back, head front to back.
and
Yeah, it's normally you want to do this.
and another thing is that you should not engage immediately, but wait for important cooldowns.
Cool.
But the problem is that I'm kind of bad as ADC.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, maybe I'm used to Lux having a route so that I can
Oh,
stop people from chasing me or something.
okay.
And I always manage to do nothing useful. But in part, it's because by the time mid game happens, I'm already 0-10. So it doesn't really matter.
Ah,
So
yeah.
I end up playing like a split pusher
Mm-hmm.
because if I'm 0-10,
Mm-hmm.
whoever they send, it will be kind of wasted because he will probably uh, be better in another place than stopping a 0-10 person.
Ah, yeah. So you need to be focusing on your laning first, and then you move to this. But I don't think there's any harm to understand this now. So look, in a team fight as an ADC, you're right. You should front to back, and that's the correct thing to go for in most ADCs. Unless you were like something like Kaisei, when I go for use your ultimate and one shot the enemy
Yeah,
ADC, or as a
dive,
Twitch or
dive the
something.
backline.
So yeah, you get the idea. But as an ADC, you should have a list in your mind about the things you cannot ignore. What do I mean by things you cannot ignore? Malfight ult.
Yep, some important.
Yeah, exactly. And so you have should be
Mm,
thinking actively. Wait, I need to focus. Arel could engage on me. Diana could engage me. You should draw the tether of the
yeah,
things that could
that
assassinate you.
that is in part a problem also
Mhm.
on when I play Lux because um I
Mhm.
know that as Lux I should be the backline, but um
Go on, go
if
on.
I'm too back,
Mhm.
for example, let's say a Q distance from my team,
Mhm.
so that if someone engage on my team, I can kill them from max range. That is a pretty safe position.
Yeah.
But the problem
Mhm.
is that sometimes
Mhm.
enemy engage on us, but sometimes we are the one that engage on enemy. If I'm at 1 Q of distance from my team, basically I will be useless because if my team engage, I will be out of range for pretty much everything except the ultimate. And
Yeah.
also I can follow up on enemy engage, but not prevent it with my route. So I usually stay behind the team, but not very far behind.
Yeah.
The
Exactly.
problem is that sometimes I end up getting picked or whatever because I try to save people with shield route, whatever,
Ah.
where I probably should not.
Mhm.
And I as Lux in lane I do pretty well. I usually get CS advantage,
Mhm.
maybe kills, whatever. I have no problems in lane.
Mhm.
But later I die way too much
Okay.
because
Look.
I don't know. I try to play back. Think, for example, this is the thing that can kill me. For example, Malphite ultimate or whatever. But eventually they catch me anyway.
Look. 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 Here's the thing. That's why there is not a correct position. Okay.
Yeah, I think that sometimes I
There
should
isn't
just
a. Mhm.
stay super far, but I have this fear that if I stay super far, like for example
No. No.
at one Q of distance, and in that way the enemy can't engage with me. But the problem is that I fear that by the time I go help my team, the fight is already over and everyone is dead. So
Here's the thing.
maybe I'm alive, but the fight is already lost.
Okay.
That is also why I try to stay a bit more near.
Yeah, I mean, I see the point clearly, but you're getting something wrong here. Being safe does not mean being really far away, like somewhere here. No. Being safe is understanding the game state, the state of the game. So if you're versus a Malphite, being safe is staying away from your team. If your team is here, you want to be here. So Malphite
Yeah,
cannot hit 5-man ult. But let's say if you're versus a Kha'Zix, being safe is staying with your team. So he cannot one-shot you. So it depends on the state of the game. So there isn't any specific position that you put yourself in. Like
yeah.
for generally, no. You should think about the game, think about things that could harm you, and position yourself according to these things. Does that make sense?
Yeah, the problem is that
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's hard to play Lux with the team because sometimes the front line
Mm-hmm.
ignore you, or for example, I don't know, there is maybe for example Diana that engage or Set that engage on the
Mm-hmm.
front line and flash or dash on the back line, or for example Set using the ultimate to
Oh
dive
yeah, I
into the
mean
back line
that's kinda
and
unlucky. Yeah.
or stuff like unstoppable Hakarim that just ignore the front line and goes into the back line,
Here comes your
stuff like
sound,
that.
like your flash, your I don't know, your accent, or you can see it
And
coming, so you predict it and go back.
another thing is
Mm-hmm.
that as Lux I have burst damage and long cooldowns,
Mm-hmm.
so very few times I have people trusting me because I mean I
Oh,
use everything and then I have to step back until I have my cooldowns again. But people think that okay, it's lost. This Lux is running away. Let's run and stop attacking. Well, no, I'm not really giving up. I'm just waiting for the cooldown. So,
exactly.
but the problem is that few people trust me in this, and
Oh yeah.
sometimes we have this frontline that run away. Or, for example, I
Mm-hmm.
remember a game where we have vision on the bush in the enemy jungle,
Mm-hmm.
and I landed the few combo on the enemy, thinking, okay, this is basically a free kill because I was fed. I dealt like 80% of HP to the enemy,
Mm-hmm.
and I thought, okay, this front line finish him. But nope, he just started to run away as soon as the enemy started to came. So yep, I landed the full combo, but I found myself becoming the front line because I was
Oh,
locked in
okay.
the combo animation while
Yeah.
my front line was running away.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's unfortunate. Yeah, I see what you're talking about. But okay, I misclicked on this. Okay, what I'm saying is games do not go like as you planned them to be, but you should be understanding what's going on. Like okay, maybe like you did not ping enough for your like front line to go in or something. Or your front line like playing lock screen and doesn't see what's happening, and you have like 50 million range hitting from your nexus, so he doesn't see it. So sometimes you need to ping more. Maybe I'm not saying it's the problem, but what I'm saying is like if something goes wrong, like it could be the team, it could be you, but you should be always focusing on yourself. You should be improving yourself. So
yeah, the problem is that I'm not really sure about what I'm doing wrong. I mean, there is something for sure because if I look at the stats on League of Graphs, there is a clear indicator that I'm dying too much in the middle late game
hmm yeah, I
compared
mean, we're
to
gonna
other
watch your
Lux
game
players.
just right after we finish like this, and we're gonna like, I'm gonna watch it fully, so I can tell you like everything. Okay, so we talked about team fights. Now let's talk about advantages. What are the advantages in the game? What do you think they are?
It's maybe items
Okay,
and drakes,
that mean like okay, we're
uh,
okay. Wait,
powers to some
items which is
extent.
gold. Okay, items, gold. What else?
Yeah, mostly items because gold doesn't give you
No,
stats.
no,
It's
it's
items
the
that
same.
do.
It's the same. Quite the same.
Gold is useful only after you spent it.
Yeah, when you have gold, you buy items. That's what I'm saying. Okay, so
Yeah, yeah.
drakes. What else?
I mean, towers can be an advantage too
Yeah,
because if you have
pressure.
more towers, it
Okay.
automatically push the wave.
Okay, tower. Yeah, because wait, you know this.
Yep.
That's impressive,
I
man.
I know the rules of the game.
Yeah. Because when you take the tower, you enhance the strength of your minions.
Also, another thing that's pretty much unknown to people is that skill shots doesn't draw minion aggro, but point and click abilities and
And auto attacks.
few enchanted auto attacks or normal auto attacks
Hmm.
do. So, for example, as Lux, you can use QE into a huge wave, and minions doesn't care.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. And yeah, this is actually true. But it's actually impressive that you know these things, honestly. Like, how long have you been playing, you told me? Since 2019, right?
Uh, yeah.
Dude, that's impressive. What? That's really impressive, honestly. Okay. So
Yeah,
you also have.
but there are stuff that you never um, I mean, you never stop learning. For example, I learned recently that Baron buff is not just about super minions, but it gives a buff also to the champ.
Exactly, yeah.
It's
It gives you
in the
stats.
small, but it exists.
Okay, let me tell you this as well. Baron buff has two types of EXP. It gives like when you're in the pit, it gives XP, and when you're outside the pit, it gives another XP. So it has global EXP and pit EXP. Beat
Oh,
this.
that
Yeah.
is something that I didn't know.
Okay, cool. Look, and also like in the advantages we have level advantages. Like each level you have on your opponent is equal to 600 gold. By the way, so when you have a level on them, it's like having you recall buy both items, 600 gold worth of stats. So yeah, and you also have number advantage when you have more champions. Number advantage. Let's say that we are four and they're like three, we win, and you have comp advantage. So you should like think about these things, and the drakes are not that important unless it's a soul or it's a baron or something. So let's say that you wanna go for a fight. You look at the levels, you look at the items, and wait. You look at the items, the levels. The towers are not that important. You look at the champions as well. Like what champion is this, and how many they are. So that's what I look at. Let's say that there's a fight happening here. Wait, there are four. We're only two. We don't take. Wait, there are three. We're two, but I'm level 7. They're all level 5. Okay, I win. I'll take the fight. See? So I'm thinking about these advantages that I have over the opponent. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
Okay, cool. And this goes to everything like item advantage, I level advantage. It could be like champ numbers and so on. If we're like three and say we're three level 6, and they're like two level 7, yeah, we kill them. We can go for it. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. How about like how do you end the game? What do you think about this?
Okay, so in general, I don't think it's really champ dependent. It's just common strategy.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say push the most outer tower first, but in general, the first one are free. Both if you are
Okay.
ahead or behind, they
So you
will
took
eventually fall.
so you took these
Uh,
three because of the
yeah.
laning phase. Okay. How about the other two?
The second one, usually you can take that after winning a fight.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, i- it's they are kinda free if
Mm-hmm.
you are ahead because you win a fight and you take one or of those.
Mm-hmm.
About the last one, instead, I usually don't try to, unless it's a Giga Stomp, I
Okay.
don't try to take those because, in part, they regenerate HP in 1/3 checkpoints,
Yeah.
and in part because they are just too easy to defend. They can just recall and walk back, and it's super easy to defend the inhibitor tower. So I look to push
Okay.
and get
Look,
Baron to get those.
ideally, let me ask you this. Let's say that you took this tower and you took this tower. What should you be looking for?
Uh, I think that it's a good moment to take Baron because,
No, no,
yeah,
you took
there
Baron
is
already. You took it, or it's not there.
you mean that we have the Baron buff or that it doesn't exist?
No, I mean, let's say it doesn't exist. Just look at this scenario. Like you take all these turrets. Now, what should you be looking for?
Uh, I think that we can push mid top and steal the jungle,
Why don't you take this?
or push bot and take the last tower.
Ideally, you wanna like smash their entire base, because if they don't have tower, the, it's about conquering. Okay, let's talk about this. When you take mid turret, you play mid lane. Let's say that this turret is down. That means that they don't have they lost this side of the jungle because the mid turret is gone. And that's what happens when you take the tower. They kinda lose the pressure, and you enhance your minions to be stronger as well. If you take all the turrets, that means you have stronger minions by nature. You know how minions like boost in strength, right? Right? It's the total level of your comp plus the turrets you take in lane. So if I take these turrets, these two, the minions are gonna be stronger. I'm not sure about the second one, but I'm sure about the first one. Okay, so ideally you wanna take like every like turret if you can, and you wanna siege it. So let's say that you wanna send four players here, one player here.
Yeah, yeah.
Why did I say this? Four here, one here. Why not one mid?
Because we need a big amount of people, otherwise the enemy can just defend
Yeah,
the
but
tower.
why not here? Why not here?
Uh, because the top laner usually have TP and can join the fight, or because if
Hmm.
I mean they need someone to stop the top laner,
Exactly.
otherwise he just win the game.
If I pressure here, this side, it's way farther than pressuring this side. You see?
Yeah,
It's
so that they can the guy that one or two that go top can't really help defend both.
exactly that's sieging. You're pressuring here, and it's really far away. So
And
basically, go on.
yeah, another thing that I try to do, especially with Baron,
Hmm.
is push at the same time. Because, for example, in this example,
Hmm.
if we send four people, but the top laner is like almost in our base because the lane is super pushed into us,
Hmm.
they will just send five people to defend and nobody in top because there is no reason to do so. So another important aspect is that I try to push at the same time. So if, for example, if we have Baron or whatever,
Hmm.
I try to slow down or speed up the push to ensure that we'll reach the towers at the same time.
Ah, you mean syncing?
Yeah.
Yeah, you sync the. Yeah, this is really advanced, by the way. Yeah, yeah. You should like if you're pushing here, and let's say that your top is here, and you're here. You should wait for him to be at the same to be aligned with you basically. So you
Yeah,
both
yeah.
pressure the waves at the same time. This is really important. Syncing waves. If you sync waves at the same time, enemy they have to make a decision. They have to either go here or here. And if they split, you win because you have minions of pressure. And let's say that your Scion here, he needs like two people to stop him. So you actually have a good idea of how to end the game because some people will just med. Yeah, and
No, no, I think that's on that aspect I'm good. The problem is that again I play Lux and her options are quite limited
exactly.
because I can't take objectives. I seriously I can be 10-0 and I take like half a day to take a Drake
You
alone.
can't
While,
side
for
either.
example, a Yasuo could just solo the Drake if everyone ignore it.
Exactly.
Uh, I rarely can side lane.
Hmm.
There are few exceptions. For example, I have a quick recording of me
Hmm.
split pushing his Lux because I had oh, it was super good. I had
Okay.
Baron. I started to split push. Everyone was visible on the map, so nobody could kill me.
Sure,
I
sure.
got tower and
Hmm.
TP on the team when the fight started,
Hmm.
and we won also that fight. But again, Lux can't really walk alone in general, so it's
Hmm.
pretty hard. Even if I'm, for example, the only one fed,
Hmm.
I'm still supposed to be the backline. But the front line, which is maybe 0-3,
Hmm.
0-3, they don't want to be the front line because they think that they will lose it. But they will not because I almost one shot pretty much
Yeah.
everyone,
Yeah, they don't
and
understand they should die
it's
for the
pretty
team.
hard.
Yeah.
Mm.
I understand,
And
I understand.
another thing is
Hmm.
that in general I try to take at least two inhibitors
Hmm.
before ending because one is in general I mean unless it's maybe for example a 40-minute game
Hmm.
where we won a coin flip fight for some reason
Hmm.
when we were always behind, that's you just end the game.
Hmm.
But in general you just try to take at least two inhibitors, or otherwise it's again too easy to defend and you're packed inside multiple towers.
Okay, let me ask
And
you this question. Since you mentioned inhibitors, if you had Baron up, okay, and you had the option to take any inhibitor before the Baron, which inhibitor are you gonna take?
I think that if I can choose, I think that mid top is better because
Why?
Baron. I mean, if minions push, they give us vision, and I prefer to have the vision around the Baron area,
Why not bot?
while because usually there is already the top laner pushing there.
Yeah, but bot is a pressure, right? Yeah, inhibitor is a pressure, which means, okay, look, if you take inhibitor, that means someone has to defend it, right?
Yeah.
And if you want to take Baron and someone is defending here, again, we go to the idea of being far. If someone
Okay.
is
Okay.
here,
Yeah,
it is
makes
different
sense.
than someone being here. See? So, if I want to take Baron, the best option for me is to send someone split bot to pressure this. Even if someone is
Mm.
split bot, it's good. If and vice versa, if I want to take a dragon, the best option for me is if someone goes pressuring top or taking top inhib. So they are really far away to participate in the dragon. And this is how you can, control your opponents. Alright. Let's talk now about comebacks. Let's say that you are in 525 scenario. You're in a really bad state. What should you be doing?
In general, as Lux, I might get the Dark Seal because I'm getting desperate,
Mm-hmm.
and that thing stuck pretty fast.
Ah, yeah, because you
And
can throw W, you can throw E and get assist and so on. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Considering that I'm the backline, I have more possibilities of
To
staying
access. Yeah.
alive, and I try to stall the game, which I'm pretty good at doing it because I have good wave clear.
Mm-hmm.
So I just can, for example, E and ultimate the waves so I can stall the game.
Mm-hmm.
And I
Yeah, but
might
okay,
decide.
like you're talking in specifics. Now we're talking generally. Okay, what you're saying is correct. Look, for me, I think when you want to make a comeback, it's like you have two options. You either flip, like you make random fights and pray it works, or what do? You give all objective. Give. You give Baron, you give Dragon, and you just farm. You farm, scale, farm until you have a window that allows you to fight. Other than that, you
Yeah.
just scale.
Another thing is maybe getting um, a red ward to clear the vision and hoping to get some pick.
Yeah, yeah, sure. You could look for a pick, but it's really dangerous. For me, I think you should be giving objectives as much as you can and focusing on CSing and farming and not dying. Because if you, they're so strong. If you look for a flip, it's less likely to work. That's why we call it a flip. All right. So what do you, now this is the comebacks. Now let's talk about Dragon's Order. The first three dragons are not that important. Okay, let's see. Let's say that you have. Let me give you a scenario. You're in a scenario where you should trade. Okay, what do I mean by trading? Like you take one of both. You either take Baron or you take Dragon. Okay, let's say that you have two dragons. Okay, you have two dragons. I mean, regardless of the soul, yeah, or of the stat of the dragon, you have two dragons. What do you go for? Do you go for Baron or do you go for Dragon? You have one option,
Uh,
either this or this. If you do this,
I
they do this.
I think that I will go for Drake because Drake is a permanent buff, while
Cool.
Baron is just temporary.
Mm-hmm.
And if there are only two Drakes, probably it's kind of early in the game. So even with Baron, they can't end the game probably,
Mm-hmm.
and
So
can
you go for
just
the soul
wave
point.
clear.
You go for the soul point. Three dragons. Good.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, cool.
And
Um.
now if we have three Drakes, then they must contest the last one for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Or we can, for example, decide to take Baron and at the next one.
Hmm.
because we all already have three drakes, so
Exactly.
it's kind of problematic position for them.
So yeah, you have to take this, and now you go this. So now we're talking as if it's just now. Yeah, I like it. Okay. How about you have one dragon, and yeah, they have zero, and let's say that there is a baron and a dragon. Which one would you go for?
Again, I will go for drake because
Really?
it's faster.
They have zero.
Yeah, but if there is one drake, it's super early in the game. It takes
No, but
ages to
they
get.
just didn't. They just didn't. Like it's now 25 minutes, and they
Oh,
just
okay.
yeah they just didn't. You have one. They have zero. What do you do?
Well, I think that if they ignore drakes so far, we can maybe get baron, push,
Hmm.
and get drakes after pushing every lane.
Hmm.
Or maybe they will get the Drake after we get Baron, but I mean, it's not the end of the world. I mean,
For me, I think you should go for the Baron whenever you can because it allows you to snowball the game, and solo queue is so snowbally. But when the scenario of the three dragons, let's say that you have three dragons, you wanna go for the soul, of course. So for me, I'm gonna like put it this way: if you have soul, you take it over Baron, sure. But whenever you don't have soul, you might want to consider Baron as a comeback. It could be a comeback for you. Let's say that you're behind. You want to take it as a comeback because it gives a lot of gold and it gives like pressure on the map. They can't push at you. So
yeah.
Baron is like
Mhm.
really good. And a lot of XP, a lot of gold and pressure on the map. And also, let's say that if there is an Elder and you should trade now, this or Elder.
Uh, I think that again, both buffs are temporary, but Elder feels more a game-ending thing
Hmm.
because after getting Elder, people will look to fight
Yes,
immediately. So, mm,
Elder
and
is.
you will win the fight if you have the Elder.
Let me see this. I don't. Yeah, it's 150 seconds. Do you know how long the Baron lasts? It's 3 minutes. The Elder lasts. This is like 2 minutes and a half. So the difference is like 30 seconds between them. But this is unnecessary. But I agree with you totally. You want to go for the Elder because Elder is just game ending. Okay, so we covered like the things I wanted to talk about, and
Mhm,
now we can take like a short break, like 3 4 minutes, and then we can
mhm.
go back to and watch the game. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So I'm going for a drink. I'm gonna bring some water. Let me just respond to this first. So yeah, I'll be right back.
Okay.
I'm back. So now we can start with the VOD. Wait, what? I can't see my pen. Wait, is this because it's not windowed? Let me see. Yeah, windowed. No, let me border. This is better. Okay,
Okay,
so
so the theory is that they lose lane in draft because he's melee.
mm-hmm.
In practice, I was like terrible.
I mean, sure,
And
no problem. At
and
least,
the most interesting fact is that the enemy support was just super terrible. It was basically not existing, completely useless.
mm-hmm.
He has no idea how to play Zillion because he's supposed to be annoying, poke with bombs, try to stun people with double bomb.
Mm-hmm.
He never ever used a double bomb, like ever. He
Okay.
just throw a bomb and step back, and he's happy with that. So he is basically, I don't know, if you put a bot instead of that
Mm-hmm.
support, he will probably play better. And anyway, I
Mm-hmm.
managed to feed like in an insane amount
It's okay.
that Mhm.
We're gonna talk about your mistakes and so on. Okay, but first, let's look at the matchup we're having. We're having what? What kind of support is this?
Yeah, engage
Cool,
support,
cool. So what should we be focusing on?
staying high HP.
Okay, HP and also wave, right?
Yeah, keep it on our side.
Yeah.
I think that uh,
Cool, cool.
I had the wave on my side for quite a long time. Also because I know that Seth can kind of run me down and one shot because he is quite strong.
Yeah, he can run you down. Okay. For me, I think you always in champion select you should be looking at the runes, summoner spells, and matchup we're having. This matchup is actually niche, like no one plays set, but you are in advantage because you have 600 range. He has I don't know 125 or something range, so you have so much range over him. So you should be tethering him and bullying him with your range, right? And as you said,
Yeah.
Zillion is actually, yeah, he can like be bully a little bit, but the champ is useless because until six he's kinda not as good. Let's say that Zillion hits double bomb or Blitz hits a hook. Which one is better? Of course, Blitz hook. So yeah. So you
Uh,
told me
the, the,
like you explained earlier how the matchup is going, and but just as a side note, focus on the runes and what they provide, and the summoner spells as well. So they have ignite, which means they have, they might have killer pressure on you. You have exhaust, and yeah, you have lethal tempo. You want long fights and so on. And what do you think about the jungle here? What do you think about this and this?
I think that probably both are going to farm.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Graves is for sure a farming jungler. Kane can gank a bit better, but I think that he's going to farm for probably.
What does this tell you about Kane?
I have no idea since I don't really play jungle or
Cool, cool,
Kane,
cool. This is
but I guess
important.
that he want to fight.
He has Conqueror, which means 90% he's going red Kane, which means he does not want to attack you in bot lane. If he goes Dark Harvest or First Strike, that would mean he wants to go for the ranged champions, you and Lux. That's just in theory, of course. Alright, and when you have. Okay, I don't want to go like deeper. Let's look at how it's going to be.
Okay, so I can anticipate that. Just go.
Okay.
I can anticipate that there is an invade, and in general, I try to just walk away without doing nothing because there is no point in kind of fighting 1 versus 4. But this time, since I had Aish that can slow down people, I try to just throw one auto sometimes to slow
Mm-hmm.
people and save the Blitzcrank.
Okay,
And the
that's good.
problem, and now this is a 2 versus 1 for us, and it's good. But eventually, I die because I'm stupid.
Okay, look here, look here. Okay. I think you had enough vision. Look, I'm thinking here. What your plan is? You're
Okay,
trying
here
to.
I try to disengage, so it's
Okay,
just one auto for the slow and to save Blitzcrank.
okay. Look, now
And
you can see that they're coming, right? You can see you have vision. Cool.
yeah, yeah,
You have
I
both
put it
songs,
I put there to ensure that Pain will die,
and this is pretty good.
and he could not hide in the bush to stop me
Okay.
from attacking. I just thought that, I don't know, that maybe I had more attack
Flash,
and he will
flash.
die.
You flashed really late. Why didn't you flash earlier? Look, what's happening here is fine. By the way, do you use attack move?
I have attack move click.
Ah, okay, cool, cool.
I usually mm, put the mouse behind the enemy. So,
Okay.
for example, right now I will put the mouse where your epic pen is,
Ah,
and
yeah.
alternate right clicks and
Mhm.
attack move clicks without even moving the mouse. So that if I right click behind me, I will run away, and if I attack move behind me, it will attack the most near
Yeah,
enemy,
yeah. That's really good.
even if I'm clicking on the opposite direction. Of course, this works only if there are no minions. If there are minions, you need
Mhm.
to move the mouse. But if there are no minions, this is the fastest way without
Mhm.
even needing to move the mouse.
Yeah, and I totally agree. Look here.
I use also attack move click also on Lux to farm better
Oh,
or to avoid running into enemy while farming. So yeah, it's pretty useful.
yeah, because on Lux you auto attack a lot because of your passive. Okay, let's see this how the lane goes. So, we established that we don't want to push the wave. Good. Let's see how it's gonna be. Okay. Let me look at it again. Why is this like this? Okay. Let's see. Hmm. Okay. Look what's gonna happen now.
Okay, I used the W because I saw Zillian walking
No,
up
no. Regardless of the W, I'm talking about the bomb. Why did the bomb hit you? Why do you think it hit you?
because I went for before CS that I shouldn't
Look,
go. And the problem is that again,
if
as
you wanna
Lux,
go for the
I'm
CS, you walk like this. You take the CS. If you walk like this, you're gonna be in straight line with the Zillion. Instead, you want to be parallel. If he's here, you want to be here. Diagonal. That makes sense.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
so you have to be somewhere here so it's easier for you to dodge. But if you're here, it's easier for him to hit. So it's a positional mistake. Look,
yeah,
now
that's
this is fine.
definitely a
Look,
problem for me as ADC because
look.
uh, as Lux, I'm not really used to give up CS pretty much in every case.
Mhm.
I mean, there are a few cases where I
No,
need to really give up stuff,
no, no.
like
My point
if
is not
enemy,
giving up. My point is different. My point here is, look,
yeah,
if
to
he is
be at
here,
different angle.
you should be here. Exactly. So even if
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
Lux and you versus like Thresh, Blitz, anything with skill shots, you want to be as far away as possible. You don't want to be
yeah,
in
yeah.
straight line with them unless you're baiting. If you were baiting for the
Mm.
Blitz Q, sure. See, you took this Q for no reason. And yeah, why are you running away from the minions? You could damage the minions for free. So the wave is gonna push onto you. Or if one minion is dying or something, you wanna go with the bomb next to it, so you give it to Zillion, right? Instead of giving it to Set. Does it make sense?
Oh, I didn't know this.
I mean, yeah, you could do
I
that.
mean, I didn't think about it.
Hmm. Now you do. Cool. So yeah, why are we hitting the minions?
Because I don't want the wave to be too big. I mean, it's already pushing
No, but
into
it doesn't
us.
matter because what's gonna happen if the wave is this big? Because I mean, you cannot. Okay, look, they have level two, and I don't know why. Wait, why is Set level two even?
Probably the kill, I think, or
I don't know.
or Zillion Wars late in
Yeah,
lane. I don't
probably.
know.
Yeah, maybe Zillion is late or something. Okay, look. There was no point for you to walk up to hit the minions because, look,
It's going to crash anyway.
exactly. So you could just, ask your blitz to freeze it, but there's no point as well because next wave is far away. So look here. You're walking up to hit a minion that's not going to die, and then you get hit by the zillion bomb and you lose HP for no reason. Like your auto here does nothing. So if the wave is pushing into you and you're not gonna lose anything, even if you lose one minion, it's not worth for you to get hit. I mean, if this bomb hits you, it's bad. And yeah, you picked it up, but yeah, you see the point.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, here you could like try to freeze it, try to like jiggle it a little bit here, move up and down, so you can create a freeze. By freezing, you allow your jungler to come, and you kind of force them to use vision. So next time when the jungler is around, they don't have vision.
Yeah, I went in that corner hoping to freeze,
Yeah, this is good.
and it's kind of working.
Hmm. Okay. In freezing, when you're freezing, you only need like three casters. You don't need more. So if there is anything more, you can just take it. So it doesn't crash because you don't want the wave to crash.
And now, for example, I'm not sure if I should attack him or not, or just ignore him and go for minions.
It depends. It depends. Look, let's see it again. Wait. Yeah, this is fast. Yeah, we picked this for no reason. It's fine. Okay, look. Look here. You can attack him like as if you're bullying him, right? Because he's melee and range. You can. It's good. But when you attack him, that means his minions are gonna attack you as well.
Yeah, and this will push the wave.
And he has his passive, which gives him sustain. Let me see. Yeah, regen like HP. So and you don't have sustain. So hitting him specifically, Set is bad hitting him. If it was someone else, it's fine, but Set it's kinda useless to hit him. Why would you go for this?
I don't know. I think that he was in range,
But look,
and that's his good.
hey, you got the bomb on you, and hey, W. Yeah, sure, sure. This auto is fine. I mean, I didn't know that the bomb was on you because it's bugged. I thought he threw it afterwards, but it's okay. Okay, yeah. So far, like it's okay, but it's just you're moving up and you're taking unnecessary damage because of your position. So you should focus on positioning, like understand the range of your opponent and understand where to stand. So here, if he's here, you wanna be here. Now he can freely Q you. He's bad. If he was better, he could Q you. You see the point, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, cool. And also, whenever like you're being pushed like this, just ward here or ask your support to put a word. Like ping that you will need a word
Yeah, as
because
support, I usually do that.
yeah, because it's so like annoying.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
he can
yeah.
just sit at the edge, throw cues on you, and you cannot play comfortably. But if it's warded, it's more comfortable.
Yeah, yeah.
Cool. And I expect like him to throw cues. I mean, he's dumb, but yeah, you see the point, right? So far, your laning is okay-ish. It's okay. Yeah.
And that was another W to annoy the
Yeah,
Zilean.
sure, sure. I mean, it's fine to do that. Just focus on your mana. You don't want to lose mana. And also, like, this is like a real thing. Ashe is bad without skins. The champion animations are just bad when you don't have a skin.
Yeah, now I think that I'm going to push as fast as possible
Why?
uh, because the lane is already pushing
Mm-hmm.
and we have no vision, and I don't like to be here
Cool,
because
cool.
they can run me down.
Exactly, exactly, exactly. So
So
it's good. The way you're thinking
I
is good.
think I'm using. Oh,
Okay, yeah.
yeah.
Let me see it again. Wait. This is unlucky, honestly. Okay, let's see. So you're gonna auto. Okay, look. When your support is leaving, you back. Let's see what's happened. Yeah, why would you go for the W?
I think that because he's stepping up.
Here's the problem. And okay, Ghost. What's the duration of the Ghost? Tell me.
Uh, I don't know, 15 seconds.
Exactly,
Like,
15 seconds. So if you wanna go pop the ghost, just pop it early. Doesn't matter. Look here. You see that
Yeah,
deck coming, don't you?
I didn't expect that.
See? Look. You see him queuing, right? He's queuing towards you.
Yeah, I saw him running fast. I thought about see, I also canceled an auto
Yeah,
because I wanted to auto him once to slow him down,
but doesn't
but
matter.
I canceled the auto, and basically it was too late at the
Even
point.
if you slow him down, I don't think it matters because he has Zillion. Look, he has like 565. Wait, look, his EQ. I mean, this is why I don't like this. Like, okay, I'm sorry, but the VOD is not that useful because it's a weird matchup. If it was like a normal
Yeah,
matchup,
yeah,
I
you
would be
know,
able to give you more.
unfortunately that is what I picked.
It's okay. Look here. He has
But I can
31st.
assure you that I will do 0-10 also in a normal matchup. I will manage to feed a lot.
No,
Don't
but
worry.
here's the thing. Like, I think I gave you like good observations by positioning and warding and you know, I think I mean, it can work, even with this matchup. Look, his EQ gives him movement speed, so that's why you died. And the moment like he's running at you, look, let me explain this really quick, because it's a good concept to have. Like when he's running at you, there is no point for you to kite because when you kite, you get into the animation of auto attacking, right?
Yeah, okay. This
And
this is something that I said also at the game start
yeah,
on the
just run.
invade. I usually just run because one out is not going to kill him. It's just pointless. You stop to auto for no reason. But on Ashe, it's a bit different because her autos low people.
And
So
they
that
make you
was,
faster because of your runes. I agree, but still, it puts you in your position. Look, this rune gives you movement speed when you slow your opponent. I know, but the thing is, when they're running you down, you just run. You don't kite. You can maybe throw your W, but don't auto because autoing is just it takes so long because you don't have attack speed.
yeah,
So
okay, okay.
it's better. Okay, we're going for the boots. Let's see. Your wave is still okay. Okay, good. What's your plan here?
And then my plan is to cancel their
Okay,
recall
that's really good.
so that I put them in a bad spot.
Yeah, but why are we here? Okay, look. The plan this far is good. You stopped, they froze the wave, and now you went to cancel the recall. Why are you like, look, this is the problem. Your range as Ash, your range, I don't know how to draw it, but let's assume that
Yeah,
your
it's way
range
bigger than
is
that.
from like let's say here, something like this. And you allow him to enter your circle. If he's okay, look, if he's moving forward, you move backward. You don't stand still and auto him. That's a problem you're doing. And look,
Yeah, I was just too slow at reacting,
yeah,
I
I mean,
think.
that's the, you know, you should predict your opponent. And here, you made another mistake. Why would you be tanking the minions? Just move to like to the front here. Why are we here? Unless you
I
wanted to cancel his recall again, then it would make sense. And see now, why are you pushing the wave? Look.
because I thought that I just delayed the recall,
Hmm.
but I thought that he's going to recall anyway, just from under his tower instead of the middle of the lane.
Hmm.
So I decided that
You wanna push?
I could probably maybe push and recall too.
No, but look. Do you have money even? No, you don't. Here's the thing. You have a freeze, right? What does the freeze do? It kills the minions. So he's gonna
Yeah, yeah.
actively lose minions, right? And even if you crash the wave, I don't think you can. Because, let's see. You're gonna run away. You see, you're still indecisive about what you wanna do. You went back, then you went in, then you walked for a
Yeah,
bit, then you autoed the
to
minion. Look here. And now when you
I
decide
went.
to push the wave, the next wave is here already. Look. The next wave is here, which means it's somewhere here. Which means you cannot push this current wave. Do you agree?
Yeah, I probably I can't crash it in time.
So now you're giving yourself an awkward wave, which is fastly pushing onto them, and if the jungler comes, you die. It's all because you didn't know what to do. Okay, what were you
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, it makes sense. I mean, I thought that he was recalling, but probably even if he was recalling, I could just keep the freeze.
Hmm. because you don't want to recall even. Like recalling is not good for you. Look how much money you have. You have nothing. And yeah, it's also it goes back to range as well. I feel like you're not. I mean, okay. I don't know if it's a problem with Ash because when I play this skin, it's really bad with the animations, and I kind of suck with it. But I feel like you're still not feeling the range. You don't have that understanding of the range of the champion,
Yeah, definitely.
or maybe because
I
it's a set. Look, why would you let him to be this close to you? You have one of the most powerful stats in the game, which is range. You should use it. When you have range, you should use it, right? So yeah, okay. I mean, yeah, this is unlucky. And also, like, maybe it's because you're not anticipating it since he's like too fast because of the Zillion and his Q. Because Zillion, when we see this, like his E, it gives 40% extra movement speed, and this guy's Q gives him 3%, 30%, which is adds up to 70% extra movement speed. So he's really quick. Maybe you're not like anticipating it to be this quick. But yeah, you need to play around your range more. Okay, let me wait. What I do is like I try to, you know what, auto space. You know,
You mean auto run it down and auto instead of just
yeah,
right click into that?
exactly. Auto then move, auto move, auto move. That's what I like to do, and I like to position myself where I can hit and I cannot be hit. And look here, that's another issue. It's fine. I mean, I'm gonna like mention everything I see, so like, even if in the record or anything, you can, you know, watch it later on. Look, you auto and you're standing still. You should be kiting forward. You should be clicking here, so you can run him down. Why? Because you have graves with you. Look.
Yeah, this is basically for my lack of skill. Because if I start to right click the move and stuff, I will just have half of my DPS because I'm bad at that.
It's okay, but
So I
you can
decided
practice.
just yeah, yeah.
See, now you're doing it like fine.
And here I stop because there is tower. Oh, but
It's fine. It's fine. This is okay. Okay, look.
I miss. I mean, the range was a bit higher than expected,
Hmm.
just a bit high.
Yeah, it's fine. Okay. Okay, now your wave is bad, so you want to fix it. But
Yeah,
how's
I'm
your
trying
camera
to.
control?
In general, I always use manual camera.
Okay, cool, cool. Okay. I feel like watching like the rest of this is kinda useless, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, there is not much more to say at this point. He just ran me down
Yeah,
in one shot,
exactly, exactly.
and the rest of the game doesn't go any better.
Yeah, okay, look, look. I'm gonna like go into like practice tool, and I'm gonna like explain some kiting stuff. Maybe it could help you. Let me see.
Okay, but I don't get. You open the practice tool or
No,
me?
no, I will. I'm gonna like show you, and yeah. So what champion do you wanna like see? Ash? Just a second. I turned off the stream so I can put my information.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. Let's log in. What is it? Hello. Where are you? I think it's stuck. I'm gonna turn it off. Just a second. Yeah, League client, dude. Why don't you create us a client for League since you are an IT guy?
But I think that one time it got posted on Reddit. There was an alternative client with accept match, auto pick and ban champions, with multiple pick and bans, depending if people already picked or banned your primary champion.
Okay.
It has pretty much everything, but I don't remember the name, and I decided to not try it because Riot might ban people for no reason.
Yeah, true.
But yeah, the client has some problems.
I
There
mean,
was time it used like 50% of CPU for the home screen animation, while the game uses less than that. It's just
yeah, I know.
insane.
Like the client is just
I
too dumb, honestly. Like they could just make it like Valorant or something.
Oh, but I think that I made Riot fix one bug of the client
Really?
because yeah, because there was this there was a Reddit post where one guy asked why don't you make a favorite list of champions
Mm-hmm.
for a role? And
Okay.
I said, oh, actually there is already the feature. You can right click on champions in champ select and select favorite as middle and button pretty much nobody knows it because it's not obvious. I found it by mistake one day by right clicking, but
Okay.
that feature was 90% useless because champions are sorted alphabetically and not by favorite. There was
Ah.
an option sort by favorite,
Mm.
but it was not saved. It will sort all the time by name,
Mm-hmm.
so yeah, you could star champions, but it was kind of useless. And I say that yeah, there is this feature. It will be nice. Is Riot just changed the default option
Mm-hmm.
of sort by favorite instead of sort by name, and that is really one line of code. Just set as default sort by favorite instead of by name.
Yeah, I
Also
think
because if
they
you
have it
have
now,
no
right?
favorite, if you have no favorite,
Mm-hmm.
it's already sort by name. So and there was a right guy that asked, "Oh, maybe I can take a look at it," and now it works.
Wow. Wow. How, wait, but yeah, you have not been playing the game for so long, but you're too invested in it. That's really nice. Obviously, you like the game. Okay, look. So basically, I like to use this like indicator because it gives an idea of where I can stand and where I cannot. Okay,
Yeah,
and
it's useless. Oh, wait.
you see,
Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
look, no, I like to use it because the range is like gives you so much information. So where you need to locate yourself. So basically, I like to auto. Then I will relocate myself. It depends on the scenario, but in some scenarios, I would be like doing like this: auto move in, and you know,
Mhm.
okay. And let's say that I'm not using this. I'll be like I'll be kiting in circles. So I will like move my mouse in a curve like this. See? So it's easier for me to hit with the mouse. It's just quicker. Let me just get something like for attack speed. Okay. So look, and look at the animations I'm talking about. When you play the normal Ash, it's bad. I mean, maybe only Ash is like this because it's an old design. But when you play look Project Ash, it's cleaner. I'm not telling you to buy the skin. I'm just saying like there's a difference. So look, and also there is an interesting setting. I mean, you probably know it, but yeah. Let's say that there is an enemy next to the turret, right? And you want to click the enemy instead of the turret. There is a setting called target champion only. Look, it lightens my mouse up, and
Yeah,
look,
I
it,
never
it's
used that.
it's important when you play ADC. It's not that important, but sometimes you need it, especially when you fight between minions. And it doesn't like connect with the attack move because you either click with your mouse or you click with the click on the keyboard. So yeah, you auto move, and you position yourself according to what's happening. You just need to understand more and more. And there is like a practice of kiting. I think people, they just do some stuff. I'm not sure like how effectively because I learned in game, but I can try to find something that could help you. So yeah, do you have like any more questions?
I think yes.
Mm-hmm.
In general, what is a good trade for me as Ash? Because
A good what?
a good trade,
A good.
because sometimes, for example,
Mm-hmm.
I see, for example, enemy Ash killing me because, for example, I use my Q as Lux. I fail it, and Ash starts to run me down because she has perma slow,
Hmm.
and she stopped caring about minion damage or something. She just ran me
Okay.
down, and it works.
Okay.
But
So. Hmm.
every time I try to do that, seems that minions kill me and enemy disengage anyway, or I deal negative damage. I don't know. It feels like
Okay.
I never see a good opportunity. I mean, unless like there is enemy
Hmm.
running 1 versus 2,
Hmm.
so it's easy. You just focus him. I don't really see
Hmm.
a good moment. I mean, of course, you might say, yeah, have the Q stacked
No, no,
so
no, no.
that you.
My point is, you should understand the strength of your champion. Ashe is one of the strongest early level champions. So at level 1, she could be like the second or the third most strongest ADC in the game. Especially like in invades and so on, because what? Her autos slow and lethal tempo like synergizes really well with the champion. And my advice to you would be try to play more aggressive. If you play more aggressive and try to go for the plays and try to test out things, okay, I'm versus let's say Twitch, cool? Since I'm versus Twitch and I'm Ash, let me try to go for level 1 all in and see how it goes. You test
Mm,
things out and then you're gonna understand the limits of the champion. So there isn't like a specific answer to the question as much as you need to start putting theories, or maybe
mm,
you need to watch how other professional Ash players like Ruler, Gomayushi, and so on, how they play Ash and how they like make the damage appear, and then you can apply it in your games. You either
mm.
like test or you watch. That's how I think you should do.
Yeah, yeah.
Anything
Okay,
else?
so thanks so much.
Is that it?
Uh,
You sure?
if I find some other interesting
Hmm.
replay, I might send it to you.
Cool, cool.
And if you want, I can teach you how to get on the web server to share the replays if you are interested.
I mean, I'm using YouTube for now, but if I'm gonna need it for sure, I would be more than happy to learn from you. And you
Okay.
you sound really knowledgeable, honestly. It's really interesting. So yeah, I'm gonna